Hamdok says completing peace process with rebel groups amongst top priorities for new government. And the WHO fears 700,000 more COVID deaths in Europe. Welcome back. The details. The 21st Summit of the Heads of State and Government Representatives of the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa wrapped up its activities at the new administrative capital in Egypt earlier today. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi addressed the summit and presided over its closing session. The theme was boosting resilience through strategic digital economic integration. The details.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi presided over the closing session of the 21st Summit of Heads of State and Government Representatives of COMESA at the new administrative capital in Egypt on Tuesday. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli addressed the closing session, along with a number of heads of governments and officials of member states. In the opening session, President el-Sisi said coronavirus has severely impacted African economies, adding that encouraging business in trade, agricultural and industrial arenas is vital for recovery. During the event, the President assumed the chairmanship of the COMESA from Madagascar, President André Rajoelina. As he chaired the meeting, President el-Sisi said Egypt seeks to boost industrial integration amongst African countries in all fields. He noted that Egypt has presented an initiative for industrial integration and production increase under the slogan Made in COMESA. The President expressed Egypt's readiness to trade expertise with other COMESA countries, adding that great importance is given to removing obstacles to the business environment. He said he was sure the COMESA has resources and abilities to face all challenges. Addressing the summit, Madagascar President Rajoelina stressed that challenges Africa had witnessed highlight the importance of digital integration. The COMESA Secretary General, Chilishe Kapwepwe, addressed the summit, saying that coronavirus had created a number of challenges to many African states. She extended thanks to Cairo for the support and resources offered to COMESA, adding that the bloc would go ahead with the tangible governing program for all member states. African Union Commission Chairman Moussa Faki also gave a speech to the gathering via video conference that focused on African integration and resilience before challenges primarily the coronavirus. He said barely 6% of Africa's citizens have received the vaccinations, which he says remains a major challenge. Faki added worries of armed conflicts and instability in Africa must be addressed and called for mobilizing efforts to restore peace to member states. Meanwhile, the African Development Bank President, Dr. Akwinumu Adesina, gave a statement before the gathering via video conference. He addressed focusing on the bank's financing of internet infrastructural projects, digital transformation and promoting digital skills on the African continent. He said development projects must prepare for a future dominated by artificial intelligence. Through video conference, Tunisian President Kais Saied focused on digital transformation, calling for boosting the digital economy and the establishment of smart societies. Also, Burundi's president focused on challenges facing the continent and importance of solidarity. The chair of Libya's Presidential Council, Mohamed Yunus Menfi, addressed the event, saying food security has also become a great challenge internationally, especially after the coronavirus pandemic. He called on COMESA states to play a more active role in securing food aid chains.
On the sidelines of the COMESA, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks with Madagascar's President André Rajoelina on which tackled means to foster bilateral ties, especially in the security, economic and developmental fields, in addition to a number of African issues of mutual concern. During their talks, the President hailed Rajoelina's chairmanship during the past stage and praised bilateral ties that bind the two nations. The President expressed Egypt's keenness to promoting cooperation with Madagascar in trade, technical support and capabilities building in different fields. The meeting probed most important issues raised in the summit, as well as various aspects of bilateral cooperation, especially security, economy and development fields, in addition to continental issues of interest. He welcomed Madagascar's leaders' visit to Egypt. For his part, Rajolina expressed his appreciation to Egypt's leadership, government and people, hailing the friendship and brotherhood that bind the two nations, confirming that he is keen to continue expanding cooperation in various domains, especially developmental and technical fields. On the sidelines of the 21st COMESA summit, Nile TV's Omni Al-Hamzawi held the coming interview with Assistant Secretary General of the COMESA program.
Ambassador Kipiego Celoget, you are the Assistant Secretary General for Programs of COMESA. Today, the COMESA has launched its 21st summit. We all and everyone attending was only speaking about the programs. I think the COMESA this year especially and for this summit has many more programs regarding the regional integration and economic regional integration and digital one. We need more explanation.
Yeah, thank you very much. Definitely today's 21st COMESA summit has been historic in a way, because it's the first time in a long time that it was being hosted by Egypt. The last time was in 2001. And if you look at the programs that are on show now, the emphasis now is on digital economy. And we are emphasizing the importance of digitalization to propel regional integration. And one of the decisions made by our heads of state is that the theme, which is towards digital integration, is really going to be emphasized. And I think what will happen is we will need to also invest in major infrastructure in digital technology so that the internet is available to even the most rural areas of Africa. And the emphasis really is to create opportunities for the millions of people who live in our region. And the only way we can do that is through cooperation and enabling trade and investment and industrialization to take place. And there are certain strategies which were now which is included in our 2021-2025 strategic plan to help all our countries work together towards achieving all these goals.
And today as well, how Egypt has succeeded to His Excellency, the President of Madagascar, to be the President of the COMESA. And Egypt, as everyone has, as all COMESA member states, has highlighted Egypt's role on the regional level. What are we waiting from Egypt, especially heading the COMESA summit for next year?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very long time that Madagascar has been heading this COMESA summit, almost 5 years. So now Egypt is coming in with a lot of new energy and interest, because it sees COMESA as an organization that can propel Africa forward, because COMESA is an institution that has working institutions that contribute to regional integration. So Egypt will bring in expertise in certain areas, for example, in transportation, they emphasize the issue of water navigation, they emphasize the issue of power generation, and they have also emphasized the issue of using the internet and making it available everywhere. But also in the area of agriculture, there are many programs that Egypt is an example for the rest of the region, and I think that is why it's very exciting to have Egypt as the leader of COMESA.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right.
The Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa is a regional economic community in Africa with 21 member states stretching from Tunisia to Estonia. COMESA was formed in December of 1994, replacing a preferential trade area which had existed since 1981. 9 of the member states formed a free trade area in 2000, Rwanda and Burundi joining the FTA in 2004, the Comoros and Libya in 2006, Seychelles in 2009, and Somalia in 2018. The details.
Egypt signed the agreement on the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa COMESA on June 29, 1998, and customs exemptions began to be applied to imports from the rest of the member states as of February 17, 1999 on the basis of the principle of reciprocity for goods accompanied by an approved certificate of origin from the concerned authorities in each country. The founding agreement of COMESA sets a number of objectives to enhance and integrate economic cooperation among member states, including promoting joint development in all fields of economic activity and joint adoption of macroeconomic policies and programs in order to raise the population's living standards and encourage intimate relations between member states. Achieving continuous growth and sustainable development in the member states by encouraging balanced and harmonized production and marketing structure. Cooperation in creating an environment conducive to local and foreign investment, including joint encouragement of research and adaptation with science and technology for development. Cooperation to encourage peace, security, and stability among the member states with the aim of promoting economic development in the region. Cooperation to strengthen relations between the countries of the common market and the rest of the world, and to take common positions in the international field. Contribute to achieving the objectives of the African Economic Community, deepening the concept of mutual economic interests. On October 31, 2000, 9 COMESA member states signed an agreement to establish a free trade zone between them, namely Egypt, Kenya, Sudan, Mauritius, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Malawi, Madagascar. And Rwanda and Burundi joined them on the 1st of January 2004, where those countries grant a complete exemption from customs duties imposed on imports exchanged between them, provided that these conducts and products are accompanied by a COMESA certificate of origin. The benefits offered by the agreement are the population of the COMESA member states in 380 million and thus represents a vast and breathtaking market for many Egyptian products. Take advantage of mutual exemptions, as there are 11 countries that have joined the COMESA Free Trade Zone, and those countries grant their imports from other countries a complete exemption, in addition to Egypt applying the principle of reciprocity with the rest of the member states. It is possible to benefit from the structure of the imports of the member states, as these countries accept to import many commodities that Egypt enjoys a high advantage in production. At the top of this list is rice, foodstuffs, household appliances, dried onions, ceramics, sanitary ware, medicines, and the car tires and other products, namely aluminum, iron, steel, yarn, textiles, and shoes. It is evident from the production structure of the member states that they are countries that depend on the export of raw materials and main commodities such as copper, coffee, tea, raw hides, cattle, meat, sesame, corn, and tobacco. Benefit from the financial assistance provided by the African Development Bank and other international financial institutions in the field of export development to African countries. Article 158 of the COMESA Agreement provides for the encouragement of cooperation in the fields of investment, and Article 164 also stipulates the liberalization of trade in services, which provides an opportunity for Egypt to export technical expertise, especially with Egypt's superiority in the field of trade in services, especially contracting. The agreement provides for the establishment of an advanced system for exchanging information within the member states. There are other benefits resulting from what was included in the agreement in the field of industrial and agricultural cooperation, as well as in the field of transportation and communications.
UN nuclear watchdog chief Rafael Grossi said on Tuesday that he wanted to deepen cooperation with Iran in his talks in Tehran.